Minister of Communications and Digital Economy, Your Excellencies, Chief Executive Officers of agencies here present, stakeholders in the African Telecom and ICT ecosystem, management and staff of Digital Africa Global Limited, gentlemen of the press, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I consider it yet another privilege to have been invited to deliver the keynote address at this annual Digital Africa Conference and exhibition, holding today, June 22nd, 2021. I thank the organizers, Digital Africa Global Consult, for this invitation, and particularly commend them for the determination and consistency in organizing this forum annually and effectively. Now in its 9th edition, this will be the second virtual edition of the program, following last year's past virtual edition necessitated by the raging COVID-19 pandemic. This is in line with measures emplaced by the federal government towards reducing physical contacts and curtailing the spread of the scourge. I'm therefore particularly gratified that the ICT sector has been exemplary in advancing growth without breaching official protocols instituted to manage the spread of the pandemic. Therefore, the Nigerian Communications Commission is pleased to be a steadfast partner to Digital Africa, and we are also particularly delighted that the vision of Digital Africa resonates with the core objectives of the NCC. Suffice it to say that this year's event provides another opportunity for NCC to once again share thoughts and ideas towards development of the information and communications technology ecosystem in Africa. The fact that this conference is holding virtually in the trajectory of a pandemic that has redefined social interaction is very instructive. It goes to prove not just the centrality of technology, but also the place of ICT as a key enabler of our socio-economic life. There is no doubt that this new era of survival will nudge Africa and Nigeria, in particular, to accelerate technological innovations and the development of emerging technologies. It is therefore appropriate that this conference is focused on the theme, building a new Africa with artificial intelligence and blockchain. By this theme, every participant on this call and those who may receive the information are being challenged to come up with suggestions on how we can leverage AI, that is artificial intelligence, and blockchain to build a new Africa as we deepen engagement with the digital culture. In an informed reflection on artificial intelligence, the International Telecommunications Union noted that the future will see large parts of our lives influenced by AI technology. The ITU contends that machines can execute repetitive tasks with complete precision. And with recent advances in AI, machines are gaining the ability to learn, improve, and make calculated decisions in ways that will enable them to perform tasks previously thought to rely on human experience, creativity, and ingenuity. We have also gleaned from scientific reports that AI innovation will be central to the achievement of the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, SDGs, by taking advantage of the unprecedented quantities of data now being generated on sentiment behavior, human health, commerce, communications, migration, and more. Although the development of AI solutions has witnessed a slow growth in the first half of 2020 due to the outbreak of the COVID-19 pandemic and the global lockdown, the adoption of AI solutions is expected to increase tremendously in the next few years. A wide range of tools and solutions have already been adopted in the height or at the height of the pandemic to detect and enforce social distancing and limit the spread of COVID-19 pandemic. Accordingly, ladies and gentlemen, The competition among major AI companies is expected to be intense as new and exciting opportunities for AI solutions are growing due to remote work and remote education. New practices such as work from home and social distancing, as it is being practiced in Nigeria today, for instance, are creating the need for remote monitoring, smart payment technologies, and building the digital infrastructure for large-scale deployments. With a sudden surge in remote workers and online learners, we should expect a marked increase in the demand for advanced AI solutions and services. In a recent report published by Market Sound Markets, the global AI market size is projected to grow from $58.3 billion in 2021 to $309.6 billion by 2026 at a compound annual growth rate of 39.7% during the forecast period. That is just within a 5-year period. The reason is that growth of data-based AI, advancement in deep learning, and need to achieve robotic autonomy to stay competitive in a global market are expected to drive the adoption of the AI solutions and services. Africa, and indeed Nigeria, must strive to take advantage of this huge revenue accruable from playing active role in AI technologies within the next 5 years. On the other hand, ladies and gentlemen, blockchain, the foundation for cryptocurrency, such as Bitcoin, is also one of the newest technologies that has received extensive global attention in recent times. Blockchain serves as an immutable ledger which allows transactions to take place in a decentralized manner. Blockchain-based applications are springing up, covering numerous fields, including financial services, reputation system, Internet of Things, health, and so on. However, there are still many challenges of blockchain technology, such as scalability and security problems waiting to be overcome. This explains why Nigeria seems to be embracing the phenomenon with tact and wisdom. Nevertheless, blockchain, otherwise referred to as distributed ledger technology, is enthusiastically embraced as it makes the history of any digital asset unalterable and transparent through the use of decentralization and cryptographic hashing. Emergent Research, a research and consulting firm focused on small businesses, projected that the global blockchain market, valued at $180.7 million in 2019, is anticipated to reach $1.1 billion by the year 2027, at a compound annual growth rate of 25.6%. One major implication of these revelations is that a robust and reliable broadband infrastructure and advanced technology, such as the fifth generation networks, 5G, are required to unleash the huge economic potentials of AI and blockchain in Africa. In this regard, the Nigerian Communications Commission has been consistent and profound in instituting regulatory measures that will promote 5G deployment to drive AI innovation, blockchain development, big data, and smart cities, among others, in Nigeria. Regulatory efforts in Nigeria and the status of 5G. In the last quarter of 2019, the Nigerian Communications Commission commenced the concept trials of 5G in selected locations across the country to gain insight into the potential economic benefits, as well as security and safety challenges that may be associated with deployment of 5G in this country. However, we are all witnesses to the widespread concerns that greeted this regulatory move by the government. This was misconception and orchestrated misinformation, disinformation, malinformation in both online and historical media, linking 5G with COVID-19 pandemic and cancer, unfortunately. Based on the tension created, the government in its wisdom directed that a more robust investigation be carried out to ascertain the actual national security and health implications of 5G deployment on the people of Nigeria. Investigations have so far been conducted, and the outcome of the inquiry made public. You may therefore ask, what is the current status of 5G in Nigeria? Well, I'm happy to inform you that the Senate, the upper arm of the Nigeria's bicameral legislature, has adopted recommendations of the Joint Committee, which was constituted last year to ascertain the technological impact of 5G deployment in our country. The Senate was convinced that the technological impact of 5G will transform our lives, from education to agriculture, security to entertainment, and indeed in governance in general, when the technology is eventually deployed. The Senate decision to recommend the deployment of the 5G technology was based on information provided by relevant government establishments, private sector organizations, and industry experts who maintain that 5G poses no risk to human life. Although as a responsible regulator, we are referring to Council for observing the trend of 5G deployments around the globe before we take a plunge, I need to emphasize here also that the final say for deployment of 5G rests squarely on the able shoulders of the federal government under the able leadership of Mr. President, His Excellency Muhammad Buhari, GCFR. We have since submitted 5G policy on deployment of this important technology to the Minister of Communications and Digital Economy for onward transmission to Mr. President, also for subsequent anticipated approval from government. Although as a responsible regulator, we are deferring to Council by observing that the trend of 5G deployments around the globe before we take a plunge. We will also engage all stakeholders in extensive sensitization through cross-media and multimedia channels of public communication culture before the commencement of commercial deployments of 5G in Nigeria. Objectively, we also expect various ongoing regulatory efforts efforts at deepening broadband deployment to provide robust infrastructure that will trigger and host the 5G technology in Nigeria and thereby enhance Nigeria's ability to leverage the benefits of AI and blockchain technology for the advancement of our digital economy. By the same token, we hope that other African countries will fast-track necessary legal and institutional frameworks and engage in collaborations, just like Nigeria has done, that will help to stimulate a new Africa that is globally active in the deployment of newest technologies to trigger the continent's socio-economic transformation. For us at the Nigerian Communications Commission, riding on the crest of the support of the federal government through the Federal Minister of Communications and Digital Economy, as I earlier highlighted, will continue to work collaboratively with necessary stakeholders across sectors to ensure that factors impeding faster deployment of broadband infrastructure and adoption of these new technologies are clinically tackled. We will also ensure compliance with extant policy documents such as the National Digital Economy Policy and Strategy for a Digital Nigeria 2020 to 2030, the Nigerian National Broadband Plan 2020 to 2025, the Nigerian Communications Strategic Management Plan 20 to 24, and other similar documents that serve as compass in our journey to a full digital economy. Conclusion. Finally, I wish once again to thank Digital Africa for organizing this event, for the invite and sustained collaboration in drawing attention to issues that we need to focus on in order to advance the Africa agenda for a measurable digital lift of the continent and its people. I am confident that given the quality of speakers line up to speak on the theme of the forum, we would engage in robust discussions and come up with valuable suggestions that will help Nigeria and other African countries to reinvigorate measures towards building a new continent